to this walkthrough of deploying a custom skill created within Analysis Skill Kit as a flow action. Now, for those of you newer to the concept of a flow action, you can think of it as a building block of functionality. You provide an input and then it does some sort of action, and then it provides you with an output. Now, these flow actions are used within Workflow Studio to essentially act as building blocks when building out a flow or a subflow, and just help to really kind of encapsulate a particular piece of functionality. In this scenario, what that functionality will be is a generative AI skill created within Now Assist Skill Kit. The example I'll be using today is that of a custom skill where we actually take in a range of inputs. Now, these are just essentially the list of tasks that a particular user has, and it spits out an estimated time it'll take for that user to complete those tasks. As you can see down here, the current user has tasks that should take around 104 hours to complete. So he's going to be a very busy man. In this scenario, we've gone through, we're happy with this particular skill. So we can finalize the prompt and then go to skill settings, where we say we want to deploy this particular skill as a flow action. Now, two things to note before we go ahead with this is that of the analysis features, this is essentially where this custom skill should be deployed to. Now, in the scenario, this will actually be used in an HR workflow. So we're going to deploy it to the employee workflow, HRSD, and then create a new feature and say PTO. Actually, we'll just call the feature name PTO to store all the features that relate to just workflows surrounding paid time off. Then click save. And you go back to the prompt editor, we should see that our custom skill has been marked as default. It's been finalized, and we can click publish and then select the prompt that we want to have published. We then go to Analysis Admin Console, and we find our custom skill from the list that have been provided, which is here. Click activate. And we need to make sure that this is set to true, so then we are able to actually trigger it as a flow action. And then activate it. And now if we're going to Workflow Studio, we're going to go ahead and create a new flow. And let's call this PTO approval flow. And we'll make sure that this is in the global application, build flow. Now, the way that we're going to build this PTO approval flow is not best practices by any means, but we're actually going to take in an inbound email where the subject contains PTO request. And this just means that whenever the instance receives this inbound email with a subject line that contains this workflow will be triggered. Click done. We then add our action, which will be, if we type in skill kit, you should see the option to execute skill. And then we need to go through where we published our skill. So in our scenario, we published it to employee, HRSD, PTO, and then we should see our skill. If you don't see it in the drop-down here, it probably means that you haven't activated it within Analysis Admin Console. So make sure you go back and follow that step again. And then we get this dynamic input section where it's asking that we provide a particular user. Now, the way that it knows that we want to take in a user is if we return back to our custom skill, we can see that we pass in a user record for this custom skill to work. So that's where that is coming from. In our scenario, we want to get the results for the user who submitted this inbound email. So we're going to just drag and drop this here from that inbound trigger. Click done. Now, in our scenario, we're actually going to create a request record for someone to review and either approve or not allow for this person to take PTO based on the estimated number of hours they have of work they've got to complete. Let's say this company's policy is that you need to have only 100 hours worth of work or less on your plate before it gets approved or not. So we're going to go into ServiceNow Core and create a record within the table. Sorry, there we go, create record. Select the table, or let's just say we're going to create it in the request table. And then we want to populate the description field with the information about the user and the output from our custom skill. So we're going to say the current user, and we're going to say we once again use this user record and get their name as requested PTO, their current workload is get the output and pass in the response object. Get done. And if we open there we go. This is very high level, but we'll click done. And then let's save our flow and test it. So we can hit test, and we actually have an inbound email already where we can submit that. We open this record up, and if we click on each of these steps, we can see that we get the response from the LLM with the model output, which is 142 hours and 30 minutes. Now you might notice that this is actually stored kind of as another layer deeper within this JSON object. So if we go down here, we'll actually see that in the description field where you say, okay, the current workflow is this, because this is what we provided from that variable. But in our scenario, we just want to get this 142 hours and 30 minutes string. So we actually go back to our flow, and we're actually just going to pass in this script here. So what we are doing is this line 8 is that response that we just saw, where we pass in the flow data. We have the execute skill because this was step 1. We want to pass in the output, and then we get the response. Now this is where it basically looks something like model output equals 1423 hours, etc., etc. So that's what this variable looks like, is something like this. However, we just want this portion of it. So to do so, we do another step where we do JSON.parse, where we're passing in this variable, and then we say model output. And then we return that within the script, and that should be what the description is set as. So click test. Again, select our PTO record. And you go back, we can see once again the skill executed. We got our model output of 142 hours. And then if we go into create task, you should see that the description now only contains that model output. Now you can append all that extra information such as the user's name and whatnot. But in this demo, I just wanted to showcase how to get that exact model output. So that's what it looks like to deploy a custom skill to a flow action. I hope it's helpful. Thank you.